Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, once the shining example of Hollywood love, are now facing one of the most emotional chapters of their lives. After 19 years of marriage, the golden couple of Hollywood and Nashville has officially called it quits. But this isn't just another celebrity breakup. It's a story about family, heartbreak, resilience, and a teenage daughter stepping into her own spotlight as her parents' fairy tale unravels. The news hit fans hard. Nicole Kidman, the Oscar-winning actress, and Keith Urban, the chart-topping country star, were the definition of power and devotion. They met in 2005, fell in love almost instantly, and tied the knot in a romantic Sydney ceremony just a year later. Together, they built what seemed like a picture-perfect family. 2 daughters, Sunday Rose, now 17, and Faith Margaret, 14, plus Nicole's 2 older children, Bella and Connor, from her marriage to Tom Cruise. For nearly 2 decades, the Kidman-Urban family managed to stay remarkably private. They guarded their daughters from the Hollywood spotlight, keeping family life tucked safely behind closed doors. But now, that curtain is lifting, and the world is watching. When news of their split broke, sources revealed that Nicole was devastated. Insiders said she didn't want this to happen, and reports claim she was granted primary custody of their daughters. Keith, who spends most of his time touring, will reportedly see them just 59 days a year. The arrangement, while practical, highlights just how much has changed for the family that once appeared inseparable. Meanwhile, their eldest daughter, Sunday Rose, is quietly stepping into her own spotlight. Just weeks after the split became public, Sunday shared behind-the-scenes moments from Paris Fashion Week, snapshots showing her mother flashing a peace sign and the 2 laughing together backstage. Sunday didn't just attend the shows. She walked the runway for Neo and appeared at Chanel alongside her mom and younger sister. Suddenly, this once private teenager is carving her own path in the fashion world, right as her family life transforms before her eyes. For Nicole, it's a mix of pride and worry. Sources close to her say she's thrilled to see Sunday finding her voice, but she's also deeply protective. She reportedly warned her daughter that the fashion world can be brutal, and even told her, "It will destroy you if you're not careful." It's a glimpse into Nicole's mindset, a mother determined to guide her daughters through the spotlight while shielding them from its darker side. At just 17, Sunday is navigating fame, family tension, and personal ambition all at once. Her parents' separation is splashed across headlines, her dad is on a world tour, and her mom is balancing blockbuster roles with full-time parenting. Yet, through it all, Sunday remains poised, posting moments of calm, love, and unity, even in the middle of chaos. Her younger sister, Faith Margaret, now 14, stays more private, often in the background, but those who know the family say she's feeling the shift too. For Nicole, motherhood has become her anchor. Insiders say she's been inseparable from her daughters all summer, focusing on giving them stability and emotional grounding. She's also seeking to be their primary residential parent, a sign of just how committed she is to keeping their world steady while she rebuilds her own. Publicly, she's the same graceful, composed figure, appearing at events, smiling for cameras. But behind that image lies a woman navigating heartbreak after nearly 2 decades of shared life. Every decision now matters: where the girls will live, how they'll continue their schooling, and how much of their private life will be shared with the world. These aren't just logistical questions. They're emotional choices that will shape the next chapter of their family's story. Keith Urban, meanwhile, is living a life split between stage lights and personal reflection. He's currently on his High and Alive world tour, performing to thousands of fans across continents. But insiders say he's privately struggling with being away from his daughters. The touring lifestyle that once symbolized his success now feels like a barrier between him and his family. Recently, during one of his shows, Keith responded to fan comments about Nicole, a rare moment of vulnerability on stage. It was clear that even while performing, the personal and public sides of his life were colliding. His emotions are finding their way into his music, too. Fans have noticed subtle lyric changes in his live performances. Words that once celebrated love now tinged with loss and reflection. It's as if every song is becoming a confession, a way to process pain that words alone can't express. For Sunday and Faith, the reality of their father's distance is complex. Keith is present through messages, calls, and quick visits. But his world, full of cameras, stages, and constant travel, feels miles away from their quiet home life. Sunday, especially, is at an age where she's carving her own path, and that reduced physical presence might weigh heavily, even as she continues to support both parents publicly. Faith, quieter and more private, is said to be leaning more on her mother and sister for emotional stability. For all three, Nicole, Sunday, and Faith, this moment is defining. Nicole is learning how to protect and empower her daughters at the same time. Sunday is learning how to stand tall in the spotlight while the world watches her family unravel. And Faith is learning how to find normalcy amid fame and emotional turbulence. What's remarkable is how gracefully Sunday is handling it all. She's growing into a confident young woman with a calm that mirrors her mother's strength. Fans are already calling her one of Hollywood's most intriguing teens, not just because of her famous parents, but because of how she carries herself amid the noise. Her social media isn't about drama, it's about moments. Quiet, authentic glimpses of connection, style, and identity. Behind the headlines, this is what resilience looks like. A family reshaping itself under the public eye. Nicole, balancing motherhood and career with grace. Keith, finding healing through music. Sunday, stepping into her own world while honoring both parents. And Faith, quietly learning strength from them all. Still, the emotional undercurrent can't be ignored. For nearly 2 decades, Nicole and Keith were each other's anchor. From red carpets to love songs, their lives were intertwined in ways few celebrity couples could match. Their separation isn't just about 2 people parting. It's about a family finding new balance, new rhythms, and new meanings of love. And through it all, fans can't help but wonder, what's next for Sunday Rose? Will she continue to build her fashion career or take a step back to focus on life away from the cameras? Can she find her voice without being defined by her parents' fame or their heartbreak? The answers are still unfolding, but one thing's certain. Sunday is no longer just the daughter of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. She's stepping into her own story, one shaped by love, loss, and the courage to face both with grace. In the end, this isn't a story about fame. It's a family story, about a mother fighting to protect her daughters, a father trying to stay connected across miles, and 2 young girls learning who they are in the middle of it all. So the next time you see a snapshot from a red carpet, a lyric change in a song, or a Paris runway post from Sunday Rose, remember, there's a whole world behind those images, a world of sacrifice, love, heartbreak, and hope. Because even in Hollywood, real life still finds its way through the spotlight.